What's up, guys? We all know that hydration, major part of our body, okay? 70% of our body is made up of water, 80% of our brain, heart, and lungs, some of the most important part of our nervous system is made up of water. So it's no surprise that water is important. And if we don't get it, we die. It's one of the few things that water, air, food, and sleep, four things that if we don't get them, we do not live and we do not function well. Now, again, what I wanted to bring awareness to is a lot of people just don't know, how much water do I drink in a day? Like, is this good? Like, we just have no awareness as to how much are we getting in, when are we drinking, when are we not drinking, and the protocols of which we should start to utilize. Now, you know, a lot of what I talk about, half your body weight in water, is really just the baseline, like how much you need on a typical basis. I'm out here in Florida, and I probably need more now than when I'm back home in Edmonton in minus 40-degree weather. If you looked at some of my posts, look at this one right here, literally throwing water in the air and having it dissipate, like, and literally vaporize before your eyes, like, because it freezes. It's crazy. But then also when I'm taking a look at exercise, making sure that, again, for every 15 minutes that I'm active, I'm getting my body weight divided by 30. So 6 ounces of water every 15 minutes. That's typically what I'm drinking. And that maintains my hydrational levels. Now, I, again, very purposefully did not drink water at that level while continuing to do exercise. And this is what we ended up finding. Over the course of these 4 or 5 days, my HRV dropped, it plummeted, and my respiration rate went up, my fatigue levels went up, all of these subjective things, my mood, I got more anxious, I got more frustrated easy, like I didn't process things as well, as foggier, versus when I was hydrating at the levels that I needed. Boom, we see this constant 102, 102, 102, and then a spike all the way up to 118. And then we saw a slow dip a little bit. Could have been a multitude of things that caused that change. But again, we were still seeing a typical range of 94 to 104 versus 88 to 101 when I was not hydrating appropriately. And this is how it impacts me. I know that it impacts me at a great rate, which is why, again, this habit is something I'm so focused on. I'm aware of it. Now, when we come over to the studies and we're like, hey, how does it impact us? There was one study that showed the autonomic adaptations and the effectiveness of hydration versus mood and our brain function. And so when I talk about being foggy and being a little bit more frustrated and not operating as well, it's shown here, right here in the study. And so we can dive deeper into it and talk about it. But there was another study that also showed hydration status after exercise affecting resting metabolic rate and heart rate variability. And again, we don't just want to read the conclusions and results. Dive in and read the study. I've got them tagged in this post right here from Wednesday, kind of diving in a little bit deeper. But what we ended up finding was the rehydration groups and the dehydration group achieved significant increase in metabolic rate. However, only the dehydration group, this is super important, only the dehydration group showed significant reduction in heart rate variability. And if we go back to what HRV means, it's how your body's adapting to stress or strain. So knowing this, we need to make sure that we are hydrating properly to optimize our bodies in terms of recovery, in terms of making sure that we are functioning at the highest level and operating at a high level. Electrolytes and pH of water, alkalinity, all those things have an impact as well. But let's just get the number one thing down, and quantity. Let's hit the quantity first, and then let's figure out everything else. Again, if we want to optimize our life, we want to change how we're functioning, change our ability to operate at a high level, then we have to make changes. We have to be different. We have to be different than everybody else. I know everyone's like, water, I don't need it. I can just push through. I can be strong and not have to worry about it. You're different. You're different because you consistently operate at a high level, and this is the way that you do it. Own your different and go own it.